Hey guys, I'm recording this Marcus Goldman Sachs review because I've been a member of their high yield savings account for 3 years, and I thought it was time for me to create my honest opinion of the good, bad, and everything else. So here's what you're going to learn in this video. What is Goldman Sachs? I'm going to share a little bit of the history of the company. I'm going to share why I chose this to open my high yield savings account with them. Also, whether or not it's safe to use a 100% digital online savings account, the good and bad of the company, how it compares to some of the bigger banks, and also make sure you watch till the end, guys, because I'm going to reveal exactly how much interest I've earned since opening this account. And by the time you finish watching this, you'll have a better understanding of what the Marcus Goldman Sachs high yield savings account is and whether or not it's the right place to put your money for an emergency fund. So what is Goldman Sachs? Goldman Sachs is the second largest financial institution, coming in right after JP Morgan Chase. It is a 100% online digital bank. You have to do all your withdrawals and deposits via their website or their app. Now, you can make a deposit via check or wire transfer. At the time of this video, they are offering a 4.4 APY interest rate, a variable interest rate, meaning that it can fluctuate based on the economy. So you're probably wondering, how can Goldman Sachs pay a higher interest rate than your bigger banks? Well, the reason being, guys, is they are a 100% digital online banking account, meaning that they don't have the same overhead as the traditional brick and mortar. Guys, as you kind of have to understand how banks work. So the minute you deposit or open up a savings account and you deposit money, you're agreeing to let them lend out a portion of your money to people who need to borrow money for mortgages, car loans, credit cards, or anything else that requires them to repay the bank back, and the bank charges them an interest rate higher than what they're paying you, and that's how they're able to pay you a higher interest rate than what a traditional bank pays. And this is completely legal as long as they follow the guidelines set by the OCC, which stands for Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. So a little bit of the history on the company, guys. The company was started in 1869 by a German immigrant named Marcus Goldman. He was a one-man show. He would buy promissory notes from local merchants. Then he would resell those notes to the New York commercial banks. So what started as a one-man show has evolved into one of the largest financial institutions that offers a wide range of financial services, from investment banking, management services, and securities investments. Now, I only use them for a high yield savings account, and that's what we will be discussing in this video. So why did I sign up with Goldman Sachs? Oh, the main reason, guys, is it was paying the highest interest at the time, and that's really the only reason that I opened an account with them. I wanted the best bang for my buck. So how does Marcus Goldman Sachs compare to some of the bigger banks? Well, guys, I made a chart right before this video, comparing it to three of the biggest banks. So the first one being is Bank of America. If you deposit $1 to $2,500, you will earn a savings interest rate of 0.1 to 0.04%. With Wells Fargo, if you open a savings account, you will earn an interest rate of 0.01% before you get to 100,000, and then it jumps, I think, to 1% after you have $100,000 in your savings account at Wells Fargo. With JP Morgan Chase, you will earn 0.01% on any balance that you have in their savings account. Regardless of how much you have deposited in your Goldman Sachs, you'll earn a 4.40 APY interest rate. So you do the math on where you'll get the best bang for your buck. So the pros and cons of the company. Goldman Sachs is FDIC insured, meaning that when you deposit up to $250,000 into your high yield savings account, it is protected. So if the bank crashes or anything happens to Goldman Sachs, you are covered and you will get your money back. So whenever you're looking for a bank, make sure that it is FDIC insured. Now, FDIC covers checking accounts, negotiable orders of withdrawal accounts, NOWs, savings accounts, money market deposit accounts, certificates of deposits, also known as CDs, cashier's checks, money orders, and other official items offered by a bank. It does not cover stocks, bonds, cryptocurrency, mutual funds, and life insurance policies, guys. You could literally open up and set up your account in just 5 minutes. It's very easy to do. It walks you through the whole process. And they don't have any fees for withdrawals, transfers. You can open up an account with just $1. You can also open it up without any deposit, without depositing any money. But if you don't deposit money in 60 days, they will close your accounts. Savings buckets, guys. Another reason that I really like them is they have savings buckets. But they do have a savings bucket system, and it's a little bit different than Ally. Another thing is they have an easy to use app for both iOS and Android users. I have an iPhone and I've never had issues. I've made deposits and withdrawals from the app and without any issues, and never got hung up, never crashed. So I have heard that it has issues with Android users. Another thing that I've noticed, experienced, and just recently, I had an emergency where I had to pull out money from my account, and I got the money the same day. If I can put a request in for my money early enough, I got the funds at about, I don't know, 7 o'clock that evening. So I was able to pay for my emergency that same day. That said, it states on their website that it can take 1 to 3 business days for you to get your money back. I've never experienced it taking any longer than a day. Customer service, guys, their customer service is open 24/7. So if you have any questions, you can contact them. I've only dealt with their customer service one time, and I can tell you that they are fast, responsive, and very friendly. Referral links. If you guys know anybody and you become a member and you open up an account and you really love your Goldman Sachs, you can refer people. Both you and your referral will get a percentage higher than what the variable interest rate is at that time. Interest rate bump will be for 3 months. So while I don't think these are downfalls, I am going to discuss these downfalls because they may be a downfall for you. So as I mentioned, there is no brick and mortar company. This is a 100% online digital bank. There are no branches. You don't even get an ATM, so you can't take your money out of an ATM machine. How you take your money out is you transfer money from your Goldman Sachs to your external account, and once it reaches your external account, you can withdraw your money with your bank's ATM. Another thing on the downside, guys, it is a variable APY interest rate, meaning that it will fluctuate depending on the economy. So right now, the interest rates are doing really well because the Fed is trying to lower the inflation, but the interest rate can drop at any time. So we don't know what it is going to be a year from now. Taxes, guys. Another thing on any high yield savings account or any bank, you have to pay taxes on your interest that you earn. If you earn more than $10 per year, you have to file them on your taxes. Is Goldman Sachs safe to use? Yes, guys, it is completely safe. While it's true that whenever you use a completely online bank, you are open to vulnerabilities, but guys, it is just common sense. Goldman Sachs, like any other bank, does take cybersecurity and fraud seriously. They have a cyber and securities page dedicated to complete information to help prevent you from becoming a victim of fraud or a victim of cyber attacks. As I said, guys, I've been a Goldman Sachs member for 3 years now, and I've never had any issues. Also, when you sign up, I recommend signing up for a 2-factor authentication. And what that means is that whenever you're trying to log into your account, Goldman Sachs will send you a PIN, a private PIN, that you have 15 minutes to enter into their website before they will give you access to your account. So it's very safe. So if you're worried about being scammed, don't worry about it, guys. As long as you follow all the precautions that they mention on their website and use common sense, you will be fine. So how much interest have I earned, guys? As I said, I've been a member for 2 years, going on 3 years, and here's what I've earned so far in interest. So in 2021, I've earned $43.29. In 2022, I've earned $79.44. And so far in 2023, I've earned $317.33, which makes it a total of $444.06. So that's not bad, guys, just for opening a HYSA account and depositing money in there whenever you can. But I also like to keep a balance of at least $5,000 just in case of emergencies. Why the big difference in the 3 years that I've had it? I've been making, as I said, I've been making deposits on a regular basis. And also, I mentioned earlier that this is a variable account, meaning that the interest rate fluctuates, and it fluctuates whenever the Fed is trying to lower the inflation. And the Fed has been raising interest rates to try to lower the inflation. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this Goldman Sachs high yield savings account review. I just wanted to share my opinion in hopes of helping you decide whether it's the right account for you. I do have a link down in the description below. If you sign up using my link, you and I will both get an extra percentage rate for 3 months. But anyway, guys, don't blindly take my word for it. Make sure you do your own due diligence and make sure that it is the right account for you. You want to be able to sleep at night, and it's your money, so make sure you do your due diligence. Anyway, guys, I will talk to you later, and you know what to do. Bye.